You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I am back. Rudrance for Black and White Sports 2. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe, like, comment, check out the podcast. All the audio from all of our videos available pretty much anywhere that podcasting is available. And we're doing 4-day-a-week live streams now on the network channel. And today it was a combination Black and White Sports, Black and White Network stream. The more controversial stuff, you guys know, a lot of you came over from that big channel. We're about to hit 200,000 over there, so we're real fired up about that. And we're closing in on 60,000 on network. Now let's get this one up to 100,000. And we're cooking with gas. So we got two pieces of Lamar news. If you're hoping that Lamar's going to, if you're a Ravens fan, you're pulling for Lamar to stay, this is probably one of the more promising things you've heard. Now, you won't be too happy about what Ben Roethlisberger, Big Ben Roethlisberger, the future first ballot Hall of Fame quarterback of the Steelers, had to say about Lamar Jackson, because no matter how you slice it, Ben Roethlisberger kind of shits all over Lamar Jackson when it comes to being a pocket passer. Frankly, and Ben's got a podcast. It's pretty good. It is. I would go subscribe. It's on YouTube. And look, Ben was one of the best quarterbacks we've seen of the last 20 years, without a doubt. And he's just not impressed with Lamar's ability to throw in the pocket, which, you know, kind of like Steve Young, you got to sort of evolve into that. And I'm going to tell you another guy that did it well. Randall Cunningham turned out to be a hell of a pocket quarterback as he got older. And anybody remember that unbelievable run, that resurgence that Randall had with the Vikings later on with Chris Carter? That team was still better than the Falcons. Oh, we got denied what could have been an absolutely unbelievably epic Super Bowl. We truly got denied something big time. Let's get to Eric DeCosta, and we'll do him first before we get to Ben annihilating Lamar. Oh, wow. This is Florio. 8 days ago, the Ravens GM Eric DeCosta and Coach John Harbaugh didn't want to talk about unsigned quarterback Lamar Jackson during a pre-draft press conference. Today, during the introduction of receiver Odell Beckham Jr., there were no restrictions on Lamar-related questions, and DeCosta made it clear the Ravens still want Lamar. Quote, "Lamar's in our plans," DeCosta told reporters. "We love Lamar. Our feelings about Lamar have not changed one bit since the end of the season." DeCosta, who added the process with Jackson is, quote, "ongoing," also said he has not spoken to Jackson since Beckham was signed. However, the signing of Beckham says it all. Beckham said he didn't get any assurances from Jackson that he'll be playing together in Baltimore. Yikes. But Beckham said the goal was to come here and have that possibility to play with him. Time will tell whether it happens, but the signing of Beckham is the biggest gesture the Ravens have made to the date in order to get it done. Well, there's got to be some kind of a compromise on contract. We know Lamar wants at least $230 million guaranteed. Now, he's backed off the fully guaranteed contract in full. He's backed off that. But when you still want $230 million large, all guaranteed, that's still going to be a rough one. It truly is. Let's get to Roethlisberger, because yikes. I mean, this is a rival of the Ravens. I think you have to fully recognize that. But, wow. In true Big Ben fashion, he did not hold back here. This is Steelers Depot. By now, everybody and their mother has linked the Ravens' decision to sign Odell Beckham Jr. to a one-year, $15 million contract with $3 million in incentives to their efforts to get quarterback Lamar Jackson under a contract. One finds it difficult to not draw that conclusion, and frankly, it does seem readily apparent that Jackson was involved in recruiting Beckham to Baltimore. The ultimate goal, after all, was always for Jackson to re-sign with the Ravens. Assuming that does happen, however, what does it mean long term? Since he was drafted, the Ravens made the postseason 4 out of 5 seasons, missing only once when he was injured for most of the second half of the 2021 season. But they've gone 1-4 in the postseason as well, never getting past the divisional round. Yeah, because defenses get much, much tougher in the playoffs. Thus, the debate continues to rage about just who Jackson is as a quarterback and how far he can take the Ravens, even under, quote, ideal circumstances. And former Steelers quarterback Ben Roethlisberger has some interesting comments about his former rival as it relates to Beckham and how it could impact him. Quote, you don't really fear Lamar's accuracy all the time. He's got a huge arm. He can make things happen when he scrambles. But you don't fear him just sitting in the pocket and picking you apart. He said recently on the Footballin' podcast, you can bring safeties down because you fear him running because he's a different level runner. So you fear that. So you bring the safeties down. So he's telling you there's a way defenses know how to play Lamar. But now if you've got Beckham on the outside, you better put a safety back or it's one-on-one. You could just throw it to him. It definitely creates some potential opportunities for that offense and for Lamar to run if he has to or has to take big shots down the field. If he needs to, they bring the safeties down. It's the same logic the Ravens followed when they first used a first-round pick on Marquise Brown, the speedster, Hollywood. And again, when they drafted Rashad Bateman. Give him a weapon that will cause defenses to respect the vertical dimension of the field. But Beckham, that weapon at this point in his career after 2 ACLs, question mark. Regardless, the broader point I'm interested in is Roethlisberger's comments about Jackson as a passer, and it is widely held view. It's the reason why a lot of Steelers fans are actually rooting for the Ravens to give him as much money as possible, as they did with Joe Flacco, because they question his ceiling, specifically as a traditional pocket passer. He's got to evolve. Jackson's got to evolve. I mean, that's the biggest difference between him and a Patrick Mahomes. They both got these all-world guns on them, okay? But Patrick is not a running quarterback, and that is a huge misconception. I've said it before. Patrick is like Aaron Rodgers in Rodgers' prime. He can scramble. He can roll out. He can bootleg. He can run for 7 yards for a first down. Yeah. Jackson can break one for 70 yards. All right? But when the defenses get tight and they get tough and they adjust, especially in the playoffs, you're getting in there against a Steelers defense. Jackson has yet to prove it. And that's the problem, and that's why he's not paid yet, to be honest. Well, if I'm being real, the lack of an agent is why he has not been paid, because I think an agent could have told him this is your value, period. Okay? This is what you're going to make, period. Sorry, not sorry. The agent is about getting truth about your ability. That's a lot of what having an agent is. I personally believe Jackson doesn't get enough credit for the improvement he's made in his mechanics, his accuracy, his diagnostic speed, his capability, and his decision-making over the course of his career. It doesn't help that his numbers don't reflect that improvement, but nevertheless, there are certainly some truth there. It's just interesting to hear a future Hall of Fame quarterback who played against him talk about him. Well, I mean, Roethlisberger can look at film and look at tape and watch Lamar and then break the shit down, right? I'm sure he could break down Tom Brady, too. I mean, when somebody like Roethlisberger said something about another quarterback, I'm going to listen because he was a quarterback. He knows quarterbacks. Anytime you get a quarterback talking, you're going to want to listen, even if they're a backup. Some of these backups turn into the best coaches that there are because they had a part of their game that was missing that kept them from being a starter. But certain things, especially like breaking down tape, some of these backups are unbelievable at it, but they didn't have the talent to back it. So you get the point there, right? I think it's interesting he's basically saying, look, Lamar has got to evolve as a passer. He's got to get better in the pocket. And he does. Because if the Ravens hope to win a Super Bowl with Lamar Jackson, he's going to have to get better at that third and fourth read in the pocket. Okay, he's got to learn pocket awareness. I can feel the pressure and learn how to slide back, side to side, up and down in the pocket. It's called pocket mobility. In other words, you can navigate the pocket. Whoop, he missed me. Boom, dart. My third receiver got open. Boom, dart. Right? And now I'll say this, and this is where I think, I see a lot of Lamar's a running back. No, he's not. I mean, Lamar is better than a Colin Kaepernick ever was, all right? He came out of college. He could throw a better ball. He had better touch on his passes. He got to his second reads much quicker than somebody like Kaepernick. Frankly, better than Cam Newton, all right? But he still got some real work to do because, the Steelers' defense could be waiting for you in the playoffs. That's the point. The Patriots' defense, very damn good. It's going to be even better next year. If you see them, the road's going to get tough. And we know the Chiefs, Chris Jones, they got pass rushers. It's not going to be easy. And people think, look, if I'm going to give you $230 million guaranteed, we're going to need a Super Bowl win or two out of it. All right? You're going to have to be able to adjust when the defense adjusts. That means becoming a pocket passer. Tell me what you think about Ben Roethlisberger here, just keeping it real. He's not a great pocket passer. He's not good in the pocket. I mean, peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.